welcome back to another episode of the Bassline here at Patchwerk Recording Studios.
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight, smart boy?
Man, you know what? It's Tuesday. It's felt like a Friday all week. So, I'm here, dog. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be back in the place where I love to be, man. Shout out Patchwerk Studio. Shout out y'all, man, for being here. You know what I'm saying? It's a good day for music, dog. Like always. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. A great day for music.
And
NBA
also,
season is
I'm
back.
about to say, dog, it's a great day because the NBA is back, dog. Cool football's happening. But NBA is back,
Right.
man.
That's what I really love.
Let us know in the comments who y'all going for as well, man. Who y'all rooting for this year? Who you think gonna make it to the finals this year?
King James.
Oh, weird.
You already
Hey,
know.
man. I'm ready to see it, honestly. I'm ready to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll give you a little preview tonight.
have them
Just
take
a little preview.
Have them take another team to the finals, man.
Right. Only player in NBA history to take 3 franchises
Crazy, dog.
to the NBA finals.
Crazy. Y'all still want to head on Brian. It's all good, though, man. It's all good.
Right.
So, B, what was that we was listening to, man?
Oh, that was a beat from BT Productions.
Okay, BT
a beat
Productions in
from
the building.
myself.
Shout out B Thomas. Y'all ain't know that. B Thomas on the beats and he on the buttons, man. Shout out B Thomas.
That's
dog.
a fact.
Yes, sir.
That's what we do out here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. In case you don't know, you submit your beats to pwrbeats@gmail.com. You just send us in a couple of submissions and we'll send you an automated response back along with all the information that we'll need from you. This show is for producers only. I understand we got a lot of artists out there that we want to get their music heard, but we'll have a show coming back shortly for you guys. Cookies and Lemonade.
Yes, sir. Dope show, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I was watching Cookies and Lemonade one time, and I actually met an artist digitally through there. They ended up sending me their demo that they did, and ended up flipping it, and they loved it, dog. So you know what I'm saying?
Word.
There's opportunities out here, man. You just gotta take one up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And shout out to our Tight 32 champions. For our MC portion, it was Piranha. And for our producer, it was DJ Got Another One.
Out of the Carolinas, man. Shout out DJ Got Another One.
Facts. So yeah. Show live from the Carolina. Yeah, he had that heat. We played his beats like last on last week's show. So yeah, shout out to DJ Got Another One. All right, now it's time for what you guys all been waiting for. Is we got TyVBeats up first.
Yes, sir.
Out of Charlottesville, VA. That's with some of his social media information. It's only one TyVBeats. So we about to get into a couple from TyV. This is 387.
Let's get it.
Shout out to TyVBeats out of Charlottesville, VA.
Yes, sir.
How you feel about that one?
It was all right. You know.
All right. I would say that's the wrong counter melody.
Yeah.
That he had. I would say it didn't really go with it.
You got like the drone of the piano on the back, like, and then after a while, it was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Then I kind of like the melody line that was in there with another piano line, but it kind of needed something else, man. And also too, we got to. I don't know. Everybody's different, but like I don't know. I didn't catch. I guess I wasn't counting like the bars or when the breakdown happened or whatever. But it almost seemed like the beat would be going and going and going, and all of a sudden there was a break of some sort, and then the beat would just like come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like when I'm formatting my stuff, I give like 4-bar intro, 8-bar hook, and then like 16, or like 8 or 16 for the, you know what I'm saying? Just so the artists, when they listening to it, they know exactly what to do.
They can already format the song in their head, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll get into another one from TyV. All right, that was 391 from TyVBeats. I would just say definitely work on your counter melodies. Like the beat be going good until you try to bring in like another element, and then it's be like, dang, like you either you didn't need it or it was like it was too much. So I would definitely just say work on that.
Yeah, the idea is definitely there,
Right.
but like you just gotta work on perfecting the idea, because it's like, all right, cool. You don't ever want anybody, producer, artist, whoever. You don't want anybody to like try to figure out what you was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be there, state your case, and just like move on to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, yeah. I wouldn't like, oh, you know what I'm saying? All right, another repetitious beat.
Right. All right. Up next, we got Mash Billi out of Kenya.
Kenya in the building, bruh. Mash Billy was very appreciative of us shouting him out too, man.
Word.
I hit him up after he won Beat of the Night. So,
Word. Shout out to Mash Billi out of Kenya. This is Rap Save Me from Mash Billi.
Mash Billy, let's get it.
Watch Billy on the million.
All right, that was Rap Save Me by Mash Billi. Now, I like that one.
All right, Mash Billy.
That one was slide, man.
Yeah, that one was sliding for real.
I like that one.
Everything was sort of sitting right in the mix too, man. And he actually turned. I think I don't know if he took our advice or not, but bro, the hawk wasn't like so like blaring this time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like it was a texture this time rather than just like a featured like you need to hear this. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna take it as he took our advice.
Yeah.
That's what we gonna take it. Shout out to Mash Billi. Nah, that was hard. He trying to win Beat of the Night 2 weeks in a row.
What's it called? Manny Beats, what up, brother? Carolina boy.
Facts.
He's from Chicago. We'll give him that, but he representing Charlotte. Shout out 704. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we about to get into another one from Mash Billy. This is Camel Crusher.
Yes, sir.
Watch Billy on the milli, what the fuck you mean? Watch Billy on the milli.
Shout out to Mash Billy. I don't. What do you got to say about that one?
I do it in my Ti voice. The elements that were inside of said beat were very, very
Similar
similar
to the first beat played.
to the first.
Almost like it seemed like it was the exact same beat. It was just pitched down. That's what I like. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, especially with like how the 808 was walking to. It was kind
Right.
of like
The Hawk was in the same place. It had the same breakdown at 1:05. It's the same as the first beat did.
Yeah. And I can feel that, man, having the Hawk as like your tag somewhere, break down at the same spot. I can feel that because like that's some stuff I'll do. But I think I personally wouldn't have played these two back to back.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? If I'm shopping to an artist and this is their style, I would play these two back to back because it'd be like, oh, man, I don't like the first one, but I kind of feel the second. You know what I'm saying? Or if I was sending out a beat pack with like this style, I would send like these two together. But I definitely wouldn't play them back to back just so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Facts. But that was Mash Billy out of Kenya.
Both
I still
equally
think
sliding.
those are the same, but I'm gonna play them again at the end of the show.
Both
I'm gonna check it out.
equally sliding.
But I definitely like the first one.
Yeah. They're the same beat, but beat
Right,
only like
right.
the first. Oh,
All right,
man.
up next we got C May out of Oklahoma.
Oh wow! All right,
This is a new entry.
in the middle of America.
That boy C May. Oh, okay. He's in the middle of America.
Tornado Alley.
The Sooners.
You know what I'm saying?
Tornado Alley. All right, we got Fearless coming up from C May.
Let's get it.
See, man, my man got bangers.
All right, that was that boy C May. That was very, very repetitive.
Yeah,
I was waiting. I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, waiting on the transition, but
that's a whole
switch
minute,
up or something.
minute and 36
Right.
seconds of the
Same thing. Sounds like the intro to like
bar loop, maybe.
right. It sounds like the intro to like when the radio VJs when they first come on, they just playing like the 8-bar loop of the song before they drop it.
Yeah, this is when they play when they like give an announcement,
Right.
So, you know, like at the end of the commercial, where they give you all the like liabilities and terms and conditions and all that stuff. This is the one that's gonna be playing in the background. Nah, I was just kidding, bro. But yeah, it was very, 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 very repetitive. Thing with that, you lost our attention. We got, you know what I'm saying? It's basketball season. We need action, son. We need action. You know, throw a drop in there, throw something in there to keep us interested. Also, the 808 was like maybe a half step under where you wanted it to be, where the rest of the beat was. So I would pitch the 808 up a little bit. Well, pitch it up a half step, make sure all the notes are what do you need them to be, brother or sister. I don't know.
Well, it's that boy C-May. So
Got it.
yeah,
Brother.
I would hope, but you know, Oklahoma. Shout out to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oklahoma. This is explicit from that boy C-May.
I get it.
That boy see, man. My man got bangers.
That was explicit from that boy C-May. That one sound like it was
Explicit.
you say explicit.
Yeah.
You want to use some explicits.
But this is a family friendly show. Not just kidding. How's your wife?
But nah, that one would definitely. I would say that would definitely sound like a little dated. Like when it comes like to like especially like the little bell noise.
Yeah.
I would definitely. I like the element of the beat. Like I like the melody of the beat. Whatever. Like I see where he was going with it. But I would definitely just say switch out some of the sounds. Cause it sounded like a cool R&B type beat, but when that little chime came in, it kind of made it sound kind of like youth. Like I can't really think of the word for it. Like younger. But yeah.
Made it sound like something that we listened to when Pretty Ricky was out. You know
Something
what
like
I'm
that,
saying?
right?
Something
Early 2000s.
something real B2K ish.
Right.
Esque, if you will. The T.I. voice.
But that was that boy C-May out of Oklahoma. Definitely appreciate your submission.
Yes, sir. Keep submitting. Send us some more heat, dog. Send us some more heat that's not so repetitious. And like the mix on that wasn't really that good either. But I mean, we heard that.
Facts. So shout out to C-May out of Oklahoma. Now we're gonna tell you guys about some upcoming events we have. We don't really have a lot going on, but if we do want to tell you guys about the Taste of Patchwerk is coming up. It's gonna be food catered from around Atlanta. Keep your eyes on that Eventbrite.
Yes, sir.
We'll be dropping the tickets on there soon, so definitely keep your eyes on that.
It's about that time, man.
Oh yeah.
Like for me, Halloween is like the last holiday that sort of like skates November, December off. Cause like I feel like November, December just like, you know what I'm saying? So once Halloween,
by.
Yeah, it's like Halloween take forever to get here, and then after Halloween, it's like, all right, you know, it's January again.
Yep.
So, whoa, big fella. So, yeah, man, don't sleep on any of the events that be happening here or around the city. Some of y'all from Atlanta, But like everything be happening around you or like near you or whatever. You just like, oh man, I'm tired. I'm gonna go. Nah, bro. Get out there, get active. Taste the Patchwerk. There's food. Food.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big dude. But
Come out here and get some Bone Crusher famous macaroni and cheese.
yeah, man, Bone Crusher gonna make mac and cheese. Like, if a dude named Bone Crusher makes mac and cheese, first of all, you know what I'm saying? It gotta be good. Y'all see how big Bone Crusher is or probably used to be? I don't know. He might. I don't know. But yeah, if a dude named Bone Crusher say, "Hey, dog, I got this banging mac and cheese," I'm gonna try it. Obviously, he's been crushing bones for a long time. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna try it. Just saying.
All right, so definitely tune into that. But up next, we got Will B out of Zimbabwe.
Man, where you be in these international like
Man.
submissions, brother?
They just be everywhere.
Well, all right.
This is we're about to get into Fourth Dimension from Will B.
Coming around now.
Zimbabwe vibe. All right, that was Fourth Dimension by Will B. Digging the sample. Definitely like the sample, but I would say better overall mix for sure. I would say after the first breakdown, we definitely thought the record was going to go like somewhere totally different.
Yeah. I would definitely chop that sample up a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Summer Madness. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just remember from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I remember B Club Podcast did a what you call it? They did a challenge with it or whatever, and everybody sort of used the same. Because that those like chords is like just not like famous, you know what I'm saying?
Right. They were like all the famous movies, like
Yeah.
you know, like The Wood, Boys in the Hood, like it was in all the movies. But yeah, I would definitely say once it did kick in, the drums could have saved it, but it was like they weren't mixed well at all. Like you could, like the 808, like you could barely hear like the snare, like it's very muffled.
Yeah.
But definitely that's why I started off with saying definitely a better overall mix.
Yeah.
But that was Will B out of Zimbabwe.
Oh, wow. We'll be coming around the mountain. Nah, of course.
I'm about to get into this is 40 Glock from Will B.
Oh, wow. All right.
right, that was 40 Glock by Will B.
I think Will
Zimbabwe.
He redeemed himself for the last one.
Nah, for real.
Like, I mean, the mix is still like a little like troubling on this one because like some of the stuff in the background, you could take some of the lows off of it, but like and then like turn the snares down because they definitely out in front. But like yeah, this one's fire, and I like this one for real.
Yeah, I like this one way better. Shout out to Will B with 40 Glock.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be one of our contenders for the beat of the night. So far, we got Mash, Billi, and Will B. All right. Up next, we got coming to the stage. We got Snoopy 2 times.
What's
I
good,
think it's in the comments as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So shout out to Snoopy 2 times. This is Transform.
Ooh, thank you, Snoopy.
Alright, that was Transformed by Snoopy 2 times. It was kind of hard to hear like all the different elements in the beat because it was like a bad mix. We were just talking to each other. We trying to see like we trying to figure out like what do the producers that tune into the show like what are you guys listening to your mix on? Like do you just mixing in your headphones or do you have like some nice monitors or just what? Or are you not listening back? Are you just going in adjusting stuff, adjusting how you think it should be, and then just because it's like when we hit a mix, like we can hear like from within the first 10 seconds, we wondering like how did they not, how did this get past them? How did they not hear this?
Yeah.
So
and there's bro with this is a few things that you could like do to really like make everything speak a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like, and it really just has to do with putting sounds in their proper spot. You know what I'm saying? You do have a lower pitch snare, but it still can't be in the kick range or the sub range.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it won't speak. Just like he said, it sounds muffled. That's just because like the snare or whatever is inside the kick range, where it is like a little where those lower frequencies are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I heard better from Snoop. I ain't gonna cap. I heard better from Snoop.
Facts. I don't know. That second one may save them. Like, that's what they've been.
People,
that's what they've been doing lately. The second beat.
Saving the second beat. That'd be the one.
Right. So we will get into Tsunami. This is Tsunami from Snoopy 2 times. All right, that was Snoop. That was Snoopy 2 times with Tsunami.
Woo!
That one sounded a little bit better.
Yeah, bro. The mix on that one was way better. The mix on that was way
Right.
better. I don't know about the electronic stuff in the back though.
Right.
But like as far as like the drums, everything was sitting a lot better in that one than they were the last one. Also, we're about to get to the tip, maybe.
Right.
We're gonna get to the tip in a little bit.
Right. Yeah, we got one more producer, then we'll get to the tip of the night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was just say for the little effect in the background, I would definitely say pan that. Put that on like the pan. What's that called? What's the pan when it's damn. What's the pan when it's going like back and forth and it's keeping like I can't think of the name of it now. But it's a plug-in for it. But it's like it's the pan where it's going like back and forth.
A pancake?
Nah, I forgot. But it's a setting on the pan where you can get it where it's bouncing back and forth. Because right now you just got it like sitting in the middle and it's like it's crowding everything else you got going on.
Or if you're in FL, you can just automate it. That's what I do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Automated to go left and right. Not so much. But you
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah. Man, he said phaser, tremolo, LFO. Nah, none of that. Yeah.
But shout out to Snoopy 2 times.
Yeah.
With Tsunami.
Snoop said he got Adam 7 and a 10-inch JBL. So
Yeah, JBLs.
he got a 10-inch JBL and Adam's Audio 7s.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody said he had some PreSonus earlier. I was like, wait, that might be the problem. But shout out to Snoopy 2 times. Definitely, if you don't have any good monitors, definitely invest in some good monitors. Just for all the producers that are tuning in, definitely invest into some good monitors.
Yeah. Shout out Drama. What's up, Drama? We see you, baby girl. What's good?
All right, up next we got Black Notes
Black Notes.
out of Chicago, out of Chi-Town.
Tastemaker.
IG is and Twitter is Black Note _Tastemaker.
What does that mean?
I don't know, man. I don't
Like,
know.
is that like trendsetter?
And they didn't send a picture either, so.
Somebody trying to.
So this is about to get into With You by Black Notes. All right, I see why that's called With You.
What? Really?
But
I could not
that was Black Notes.
could not put my hand
With-
on why he named it With You.
Whenever I'm with you. I love a good sample, but I would definitely say don't let the sample carry the beat.
Yes,
And that's
sir.
exactly what that was doing in that situation. Like, it's just a sample repetitive. At some point, you're going to have to at least cut that out for the chorus to come in, for the verse to come in at some point.
Yeah.
But it's like he just kept the sample going on throughout the whole beat. And that's just what I would just say, like kind of like a cheating way of making a beat, basically.
Yeah, because you added 3 elements. It's the
Snare, the
sample.
hats, and 808.
Yeah. Oh, 4 elements. Okay, 4 elements. Snare, 808, hat, and the rim click. Then there's a sample. So 5 things. Cool.
Right.
It happens. Oh, never mind. Her 6. There's the triangle.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
Cool.
Oh, man, that was creativity at its finest.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
He said, "I'm going to say nah."
Nah, fam. Nah, you owe more to music than that. Come on, dog.
Facts.
And that goes for any producer too. Yeah, I love sampling. That's the basis of hip hop. But like, if you gonna sample, man, you gotta do something to the sample. It's just like you're selling these beats or putting them online or putting them out or whatever. And if people like do that, you want to make sure there's something for the listener. You know what I'm saying? We're in the service industry at the end of the day. We're trying to serve other people just by what we do or what we got. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
gotta give a little bit more, man.
Facts.
Mr. Tastemaker. Tastemaker mean you making a move, you setting the trends, homie, out there in Chi-Town.
We're gonna see if he can redeem himself with Bands Up. This is Bands Up by Black
Bands
Note.
Up. I hope the tag ain't all the way through this motherfucker.
Yeah. It's over tag.
See shit like this, I be like, this nigga here actually.
Hands Up by Black Notes. How did you feel about that one, smart boy?
Well, B. Thompson, nah.
That's a nah.
I mean, okay. You know, maybe we being real hard. Are we being harsh? Y'all let us know in the comments.
I would say for that
being
one,
real
for those
harsh.
two beats, it was real.
No, it was just like, come on, dog. You got people out here like quitting their jobs just to do this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, nah, I'm just throw some stuff together, sit it in. Nah, fam. Nah, family.
Untuned 808,
Nah, family.
easy drum pattern.
Send that heat, son. Send that heat, son.
Facts.
He made it. Yeah, you right. He made a beat. He just made a beat. He didn't make a song or a track or something that somebody would hop onto. He made a beat. Cool. That's dope. Some of us are out here doing more than that. But I think the beat could just use a little bit more love, time, and attention because it's just a loop for 3 minutes, and it's like cool,
Right.
cool. Yeah, figured out everything that you did in it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit more Black Notes. We appreciate your submission though, homie. Send us some more stuff and make sure it's fire.
Make sure.
Make sure before you send it, make sure like it sets the house on fire before you send it out.
Facts. And up next, we have our tip of the week. Our tip of the week is brought to you by Snoopy 2 Times Beat. Nah, but for real though, we gonna go back to that conversation we had with Snoopy 2 Times for our tip of the week. As like we were saying about the monitors, please make sure that you have some good, great sounding monitors.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
And from what he described, he sounded like he has a pretty. I like those companies, Adams and JBL. Those are really good companies. But he also mentioned something about the room not being treated.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, 95% of the world that's making beats right now, they don't have treated rooms.
I know. I
They
definitely
have
don't.
studios. But I think the thing that will make the difference between like trusting your monitors is trusting your ears.
Right. You have
And
to
then-
know what you're looking for.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's. I would compare it to going into the store or window shopping, as opposed to going right to Foot Locker and getting a specific pair of J's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or going right to Auntie. What is it? Auntie Anne's? It ain't Auntie Anne's, is it?
You on the pretzel place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Going right to Auntie Anne's and getting like the pretzel. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, I'm gonna just go to the mall today.
You never know what you may stumble upon. You may
Right.
find yourself into anything
Right.
or messing up something.
Or you say something like, "I'm gonna go to the mall in Atlanta." Well, there's Lenox,
Right.
there's Cumberland, there's this one, there's that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or like anything. Saying, get in your car, say, "I'm gonna drive to the store." Okay, well, which one? So like when you're making your stuff, although like you don't have a treated room or whatever, we can't always trust what our speakers output. You know what I'm saying? Because in here, we're also like sort of engineering in the back end to try to make sure your stuff sounds great when it does come out of our speakers. But we can only do so much on our end. You know what I'm saying? So I would just dive a little bit more into like what you're what you're listening for as opposed to what's coming out. You know what I'm saying? You got something to add, B?
Yeah, that's what I would just definitely say. Just know what you're listening for. Like you were saying, like his room wasn't treated, and like you were saying, like nobody's room for real is really treated. You just have to know what you're listening for. If you can listen to the beat and know that it sounds muddy, or know that you can barely hear the snare, or know that the 808 is untuned, no matter what room you're in, it's gonna always be untuned.
Yeah.
It's gonna always sound muddy. It's gonna always sound like you can barely hear that little clap noise in the back, no matter how big the studio is or how small it is. It's gonna always sound like that.
Yeah.
So just know what you're looking for.
A person I would like a person I get a lot of my mixing advice from, and a person that I would definitely like sort of look to, especially bro, since you out here in Atlanta. Amon Jackson, AJ, does mixing classes I think once every month. I think his last huge one is the 26th of October. If you go on his IG, you'll see the post about it and everything like that. But bro, like so many people have told me like they'll go in his class and then they'll come out like hearing things a little bit differently or like experiencing their mixes a little bit differently, man. So I definitely suggest investing in your craft and investing in your art a little bit to go and listen to somebody who's mixed for a good number of people like Premier, Ross, Snoop, Future. Like the list goes on and on, bro. The guy has a lot of like mixing and like a lot of engineering and mixing wisdom under his belt, man. So I definitely suggest listen to somebody like that. If you can't afford that, then like Dave Pensado is definitely one of the guys.
Pensado's place.
Yeah, Pensado's place on YouTube. YouTube University, man. And like listen. And another thing too, like a poor man's reference is like make sure you listen to your mixes in everything. Like listen to them in the worst speakers. Listen to it in your iPhone. Listen to it in your car. Listen to it in every sort of Bluetooth speaker that you can find, just to get a reference of like, all right, it sounds like this and that. So I need to go back and adjust this. Oh, it sounds different when I put it in my headphones. So now I need to go back and adjust this and that. You know what I'm saying? Doing
Always found 3 different sources.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. 3 different sources, man. And doing that will give you a reference of how your mix really sounds. You know what I'm saying? Because we it's not often that we get to go into a studio or go into like a bar or something like that and play our stuff over huge concert style speakers, man. But the more often you can reference what you're listening to, the better. So when you do get the opportunity to play it in front of somebody, they ain't gotta crank your stuff all the way up just to like hear it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Or get like the feel that you felt when you made it. And that's what you're really going after, is creating that feeling that you felt when you made the beat. And that's that tip though. Pause.
Facts. All right. Back to the beats. We got DJ Juwan out of Be More.
Yes, sir. DMV, holla at me. Right?
He left us with one tonight. So this is Sauce by DJ Juwan.
Better be 5.
Damn. That was DJ Juwan with Sauce. He only sent us in one beat, man. That was he was about to have that one hit quitter, man. That was about to be it.
He was confident though.
Man, that was about to be it. But it was just too repetitive, man. I just knew he was gonna switch it up just a little bit. At least take something out. He can, you know what I'm saying, at least do something different. But he didn't. But that was DJ Juwan. How you feel about that one, man? You share the same sentiments?
Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw. We kind of reacted at the same time. It's like, he ain't changed nothing.
Right. I just knew he was gonna switch it up at some point.
Hey man, change it up, bro.
Facts. Shout out DJ Juwan. We appreciate it. Definitely send us in 2 submissions next time.
Yeah.
So you can have a chance to bounce back.
Yeah.
All right, up next is our last and final producer of the night. We got Jayar Evans out of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Another Chi-Town producer.
Tony Hill, Jayar Evans.
Jay Evans.
Jayar?
Yeah. Jayar Evans?
No, JR.
JR.
Maybe his middle initial is R, like the letter R. I don't know.
Maybe so, but this is Mask by Mr. Evans.
Let's get it.
Hey, Milk going stupid on the
By Mr. Evans. Damn, it started off promising. That started off like DJ Juwan. Started off promising, but it was soon to be a letdown. Like, we was waiting on the transition, and he finally gave us a transition, but you could barely hear it.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard it or not. We can hear it, but you can like barely hear because it was mixed, definitely mixed poorly. But that was Masked by Jayar Evans. How you feel about that one, Smart Boy?
Sound like a thug ass dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
I was just say it sounded like a remix to the ice cream truck. Sounded a remix.
The thugged out ice cream truck. Got the 2-for-1s today, man. Get your cones. Choco tacos. You know what I'm saying? The cold ones.
We're going to get into another one from Jayar Evans. This is 97 Pimp. It's a Pimp from 1997.
Well, all right.
This one got to be hard.
Got to be. Better be.
Somebody getting slapped.
I'm super excited.
Out of Chi-Town with 97 Pimp. Man, again, it was poorly mixed. It was definitely a lot of 808. A lot of 808.
A lot of out of untuned.
I was just saying untuned 808s. Yep, of course. But it was definitely poorly mixed. Definitely need to get those two beats mixed. We would
Yeah.
appreciate if you send the same beats in to us again.
with some change ups.
Right.
With some change ups in there. And with just like a better mix on it, especially that last one. Maybe also too the clap might be getting lost in some of the elements in the beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Lost in the 808.
Yeah. A lot of stuff even the sample got lost in the 808, man. We just shaking the building. You know, I was saying to Bill made a joke, like it's like we get excited when we hear bass. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, ooh.
Right.
Ain't nobody
right.
messing with me because my stuff knocking. Yeah, but also it could knock even harder if like it had room to knock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If the 808 is the loudest thing in your mix, that's problem number one. You know what I'm saying? That's problem number one. 808 can't be the loudest thing. It just takes up too much space, man. It takes up
Facts.
too much space. But yeah. So we got how many? You just got.
Shit, I don't got one.
Which one you got?
Kenya, out of Kenya. I ain't wanted to say the producer name. Out of Kenya. That's all I got. Who you
You
got?
want to go have no international battle, bro?
Who else you felt was worthy?
No, because maybe I think the contender from Kenya had two that were fire, and the other one just had one that we were like, oh, okay, this was it. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
that what will be?
Hmm?
So
40 Glock was my favorite.
So okay, so we got Mash Billy versus Will B for our beat of the night. That's
Yes, sir.
Zimbabwe versus Kenya. I wonder how far apart are they? That's Siri.
Right.
We got Zimbabwe versus Kenya. This is the international battle.
Or somebody in the comments, tell us how far is Zimbabwe from
Right.
Kenya?
So we about to play. This is about to play 30 seconds of "Rap Save Me" by Mash Billy. Then we gonna play 30 seconds of 40 Glock by Will B.
Yes, sir. International beat battle. Let's get it.
Let us know in the comments.
Skirt. Watch Billy 1 million.
Save Me by Mash Billy.
Mosh, really.
Now we're about to get into 40 Glock by Will B.
Let's get it.
Alrighty, that was 40 Glock by Will B. So we got Mash Billy with Rap Save Me and 40 Glock by Will B. If we had to make a decision, who would you choose,
Hey, man,
smart boy?
I got 40 Glock.
I ain't gonna lie, I was about to choose Mash Billy, but until I heard 40 Glock again, I think I might go with that one.
Yeah, I'm with it.
So I'm gonna go with Will B.
What you think,
Who,
man?
who you got?
Yeah.
Sick. All right,
They
so
won.
it looks
All
like
across the
it's a
board.
unanimous decision tonight.
Yeah. Everybody's saying it too. Snoopy got it. Yeah. Snoop,
Facts.
Manny, Drama. Yeah, everybody's saying 40 Glock. So will be. I don't know what the social media is. I don't think he put it in.
Oh
Brother.
man, damn man,
Brother.
it's times like these.
I'm telling you.
Well, you
What if we had like an artist in here?
right
You know,
now
trying
they
to-
wanted to reach out to
trying
Will
to-
Be all the way in freaking where are we from?
I think he's from
Zimbabwe, all the way
Which is
in Zimbabwe.
1,976 miles away from Kenya.
Right, I was trying to see what y'all ever meet, but y'all probably would never cross paths. That's
Yeah.
like, oh, so we have his email address, so it's will be 942@gmail.com.
Yeah,
You
I'm
want to
forget that.
email him, I guess. You know, but we need a social media. We need some social media as well,
Yeah, it's
as
2020.
well as
y'all.
a picture.
Stop hiding. It's 2020. They
Right.
gonna, if you hiding, the government already see your face, bro. Quit playing.
Facts.
They can see you. They can see if you have a smartphone. You got anything that can, if you send us an email, bro, they can see you. they got your IP address. They got you. Like quit tripping, y'all. It's 2020. Ain't nobody looking for you.
Facts.
Ain't nobody coming to get you. I'll put it like that. If you ain't planning no takeover or planning no anything bad like that, ain't nobody coming to get you, dog. Stop hiding to producers. It's 2020. I think we were saying this in 2019, 28. Well, this is 2019. I think we were saying it earlier this year and then all last year before that. Stop hiding, get your face out there, and that goes for everybody, man. Like that's the only way this music is going to get to the public is if we as producers and engineers and songwriters and everything that we are put this stuff out here. And there's so many ways to do it nowadays where like even 3 years ago we didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So stop hiding. Get your stuff out there.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir.
And like we always say, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to this night, to tonight's show. Submit your beats at pwrbeats@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Follow us on IG is B_Thomas_. Smart boy.
Smart boy beats on literally everything. You know what I'm saying? Hit up my Spotify, so subscribe to my playlist. You know what I'm saying? Smart boy. Both my projects are streaming right now, man. So yeah.
All right, we'll leave you guys with 40 Glock by Will B. He's our beat of the night winner.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.